Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Hexotic, and it's by Fenners, and here are the rules. Normal 9x9 Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the entire grid with the digits 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or box. We also have killer cages, where digits in a cage cannot repeat and sum to the clue in the top left corner. So, for example, these 3 digits add up to 9, these 3 add up to 10, these 3 add up to 16. So as an example, we could have something like 4, 7, and 5 here, I guess works. Right? Because 4, 5, and 7 add up to 16. And that's an example of how killer cages work. We also have German whisper lines, where adjacent digits on a green line must differ by at least 5. So if this were, say, a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9, because those are the only digits that are 5 or more away from 3. So that's how German whisper lines work. And the main part of this puzzle, which is why it's called Hexotic, is the entropic lines. So we have well, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Entropic doesn't fit, doesn't work very well with hexotic, right? But we do have hexagons here. Anyways, on an entropic line, for every 3 adjacent cells on a peach line, 1 must be from 1, 2, or 3, which is a low digit. 1 must be from 4, 5, 6, which is a high digit. Sorry, a middle digit. And 1 must be from 7, 8, or 9, which is a high digit. So, as an example, you could have something like, I don't know, 6, 1, and 7 here. And one of these is from a low digit. 1 is from 1, 2, 3. 1 is from middle, which is 6 from 4, 5, and 6. And 7 has to be from a high digit, which is 7, 8, or 9. And that's an example of how entropic lines work. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. Digits from 1, that 3 digits, 3 unique digits that add up to 9 have to be from the digits 1 through 6. Therefore, these two must be essentially the same entropic set. So it's either from, these are both either low or both are medium. We're not sure which. That's interesting. If these two are both medium, the problem with that is that one of these must be a low and one of these must be a low. But if you ever have 3 unique digits adding up to 9 or less, you always have 2 or more low digits adding together with that, right? So take 9. What are the possibilities that can add up to 9? It could be 1, 2, 6, which contains 2 lows. 1, 3, 5, which contains 2 lows, 1 and 3. Or 2, 3, 4, which contains 2 lows, which is 2, 3, and 2 and 3 here. So these can never be medium here, right? If this is medium, this is medium. That means both of these, one of these has to be high and one of these is a low. So this cannot be medium. It has to be a low here. So this is a low, this is a low. So this is 1, 2, and 3. This is 1, 2, or 3. This must be either high and high or medium and medium. So this can be 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. because it cannot be two lows. Because if it were two low and low here, that would be 4 lows in column 2, which is not allowed. One of these is middle, one of these is a high, and it's both ways. And we know one of these has to be a middle to be add up to 9, right? You have 1, 2, it's either 1, 2, 6, which 6 would be the middle, 1, 3, 5, which means 5 is the middle, or 2, 3, 4, which means 4 is the middle. So there's a middle here and a middle here, and one of these has to be a middle. Therefore, this cannot be middle. This has to be either a low or a high here. And one, actually, we know there's 2 highs here, right? Because either this is high or that's high, and that's high, or this is high and that's high. So that's 2 either way in this box. Therefore, where's the last one? It has to be one of these cells. But again, you counted for all the middle cells, so this has to be a low and a high. So it's a low and a high, which means the rest of the column cannot contain a low, because one of these is low, one of these 2 are low, so the rest of the column cannot be a low. So this cannot be low, which means this must be, one of these must be a German whisper low, which is 1 through 4, which means it cannot be 1, 2, or 3. It has to be 4 and 9 here. So this is a 4-9 pair, which has to be with 4 or 9. Right? We know one of these is 4. The other one has to be a 9 to accommodate for that. So this can't be 4 or 9. This can't be 8. These cannot be 9 here, then. So this is 5, 6, or 7. We don't know which ones these are. This could be 5, 6, 7, or 8. And this cannot be 8. So this is also 5, 6, or 7. Which means this is also low or medium or high. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9. If this is 9, that forces this to be 1, 2, 1, 2. But we know in this box, there have to be 2 lows, right? Because this can never be low. So because of that, this can never be 9. This is a 4, which makes this a 9. This has to then be a middle digit, because this has to be 3 away from that middle digit. You have to have a set of 3. You have to have 1 of every set. So one of these is low, one of these is middle. This must also contain a low, but it also has to have a high. Actually, I guess it could be a middle in here too. Actually, it has to be middle. This is high. One of these is high. This is middle, middle. There have to be 2 remaining highs here. So this can never be a high. This has to be middle, which forces this to be high, and it can't be 8. So this must be 7, which means this is also a high, and so therefore has to be 9. This can't be 7 anymore, so this is an 8 here. This has to contain 1 middle and 1 low. Well, if it's 4, along with a 4. So it's either 2, 6, or it's 3, 5 here. We don't know which. 8 cannot be here. So 8 must be one of these digits, which means where's the other high? It has to be 7 here. So 7 cannot be here. 7 has to be one of these 2 digits, and 9 then has to be one of these 2 digits, because the 8 is here. This can't be 3 because of this 3. This has... This, we know there are 2 mid digits here. 2 middle digits here. There has to be 1 middle digit here, so these cannot be middle. So this must be low and high, which makes this low and high. Therefore, this is a middle and this is a middle. So this is 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. We have 1 low here, one of these is low, and one of these is low. So there cannot be a low here. There can't be a middle here because one of these is middle and 2 of these are middle. So this must be a high digit. Therefore, this is 7, 8, or 9. This cannot be high because we have a high here, and a high here. This can't be high. So this is low or middle, and this is low or middle. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. This can't be 3, though. This is low. So this is low, and one of these is low. Therefore, you cannot have a low in the rest of the box. This must be 4 or 6. Which leaves the remaining digits are 1, 2, 7, and 8. But this can't be 8. And this can't be 7. So 4 or 6 can only be with 1 or 9 here. These are two middle digits added with a high digit to add up to 16. So it has to be 4, 5, and 7, right? If you try to have, you have to have a 5 here. So that means these two digits must add up to 11. And if one is a middle one, it can only be 4 and 7. So this is 5 with 4 or 7. So this is 4, 5, 4, 5, and this is 7, which makes this a 6, which means this has to be a 1. This can't be 6. This is then a low. Whoops. This is then a low, which means this has to be a high, which makes this a low, which means this can't be low. So this is a high. So this is 8 or 9, 8 or 9. This has to be a 2 because that's the only digit remaining. Because this is a 2, this can't be 2 here. This has to be a 3, 5 pair, adding up to 12. Remaining digits here are 1, 6, and 8 or 9, but this can't be 9 here. Therefore, 1 cannot be any of these digits because one of these has to be a 1. 2 has to be one of these two digits. So this cannot be 2. The 3, 5 pair eliminates 3 and 5 from the rest of the box. This can't be 5. This is 6, which forces that to be 5. 3 has to be one of these three digits, but it can't be here. So this must be a 3 here. These both cannot be low because then there would be 3 lows in the column. Sorry, there'd be 4 lows in the column, and that's not allowed. So this is also green or red, which makes this green or red. This has to have 2 lows here. So it's 2 lows and a middle. This has one of each because it is an entropic line. So these cannot be low. So therefore, this is low and this is low. We already know this is a low because this is 3. We have 3 lows in row 2, which eliminates low from the rest of the row. So this can't be low. This must be high and must be an 8. This must be a low then. These 3 digits add up to 10, and you don't have a 3. This must be low. We have a middle high here and a middle high here. This can't be low either. So this is 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This cannot be low. So this is middle high. This is middle high. This is also middle high here too. So these two must both be low. So it's 1 and 2 with 7. So this specifically has to be 1, 2, or 7. That eliminates 1, 2, or 7 in the rest of the box and column. So this can't be 2 or 7. That forces us to be 8, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 7. This is a low. It must be with a corresponding low here. This is a high, which makes this a high. So this must be 8. This must be 2. This can no longer be 2 here. 8 can no longer be here. So this becomes a 1, 6, 9 triplet, which eliminates 1, 6, and 9 from the rest. Actually, this 8 forces this to be a 9, which makes that an 8. What's the remaining digit here? It must be 2. This must be 3 with 4, 5, and 7. But this can't be 3. This can't be 9. This can't be 8. This has to be then specifically a middle digit. So 4 or 6 has to be next to a high or middle digit. So this can't be 6 because 6 can only be next to 1 on a German whisper line. So this is 4, which makes this a 9, which makes that a high. So this is not middle, which means this can't be high. So this is middle. This can't be middle. That's high. This can't be high. So that's middle, middle. This is 5, 6, 5, 6. This has to be 8 because it's the only digit remaining. That's high. None of these can be high. So these two also cannot correspondingly be high. Therefore, this must be a high here, and this must be high. Well, it's only 7 and 9 left. So this is 7, 9, 7, 9. One of these is middle because it cannot be high. So this cannot be middle. It's low or high. We're not sure which. These are also low and middle. Well, one of these is low. This is low. This is low. So this none of there are already three lows in column 7. So the rest of the column cannot be low. So they have to be middle or high. This is middle or high, and this is middle or high. This has to be low or middle here. This has to be low or middle because it can't have... This is also low or middle. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. This can't be 1 or 2, though. So this is 3, 4, or 6. It can never be next to a middle here, because the middle would have to be 6, would be with 1, or 4 would be with 9, and neither of those are possible. So this must be a high digit. Therefore, this is a 9. This can't be 1. This can't be 9. Where is the 9 in column 4? It has to be here. This can't be 7, though. These are both high. Wait, this is high and high. This can't be high. That's problematic. Okay. Oh, this has to be 1 and 6. Right, because this cannot be high, because this is low and medium. So this must be 1 with this being 6. So this is a low, which means this can't be low. This is middle, this is low, this is middle. This is no longer low, it's a 6. This has to be the last low, so this is a 3. This can't be 1 or 6, so this must be 9. This can't be 3, and it can't be 7. So this has to be a middle also. It's 4 or 5. And this is a middle, 4 or 5. This is middle, so it's 4 or 6. This is low or middle. This is low or middle. So this has to be, it cannot, okay, so this is not 7, it's 1 or 2. This is 1 or 2. None of these can be low. Only one of these can be low, so therefore this has to be a low here, right? Because we have 3 lows already in row 2. This is then middle and high. This can't be middle because of the 3 middles in column 9, so this is a high, which makes this 7 or 9. We have a 7, 9, 7, 9 pair in box 3, which eliminates 7 and 9 in the rest of the box. So this cannot be a high anymore because it can't be 8. This is 4, 5. This is middle then. 8 can be one of these two digits. This can't be low. It can't be high. This has to be a middle. So this is 5 or 6 here. One of these two is a middle. That's fine. This is a low. We don't know about... Actually, none of these can be low here, because they are on an entropic line with already 2 lows accounted for in the sets. So this has to be middle or high. This is low, this is low. Where's the last low have to be? It has to be here. So this is low, this cannot be 7. This must then be high and a 7. This can't be 1. So 1 has to be one of these two. So this can never be 1, and this can never be 1. This is 1, 2, or 3. This 7 means this can't be 7, so this is 9, which makes that a 7. This can't be 9. Where's the 9 now in box 1? It has to be here, which forces 7 to be here. So these are both highs. These are both middle. So this is 5 or 6. This is, could be any of 4, 5, or 6. This can't be 4 because of the 4 here. These are 1 through 5. 1 through 5. This can't be 1, though. And this can't be 3. And this can't be 1 or a 3. This can't be 2. This can't be 4 or 5. So this can no longer be a middle. It has to be a low. So this, since this is low, these can't be low. And this can't be middle. This is a low here. This is middle, so this is 4 or 5. This is cannot be 4 or 5 because of the 4 or 5 pair in the column, so this must be 6. This is either low or high. We're not sure which. It has to be 1, 2, or 8. This is also 1, 2, or 8. I guess it could be 3. So this is 2 or 3. We have all the lows in row 4 accounted for because there's 3 of them. So this must be middle or high left. This then is 4, 5, cannot be 6, or it's 9. These are 4, 5, 7, 8 possibilities, but this can't be 8 because of that 8. This is 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. But 7 and 8 are not possible because of this. Right. So where is the 8 in row 4? Can't be here because of this 8. Can't be here because of that 8. Can't be here because of that 8. Can't be here because of this 8. It has to be here. So this is 8, which makes this a high. Where's the 7? Same thing. It has to be here. So this is also high, and it's a 7. So this can't be 7. This is a 4, 5 pair in box 8, which eliminates 4 and 5 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this is 3. This is 7. These are lows. These are highs. The remaining digit here is 1, 5, or 6, but it can't be 5 because of the 5 in the row. So we have a 1, 6, 1, 6 pair, which eliminates 1 and 6 in the rest of the column. So this is 5, which makes this 6. This can no longer be 5, so this can't be 1, 3, and 5. Therefore, the 2 has to be one of these two digits. So this can never be 2. This is either 1, 2, and 6 adding up, or 2, 3, and 4. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is a 1, which makes that a 6. Therefore, this is middle. This is low. Therefore, this must be low here. This must be a 1. This can no longer be 1 here. We have a 2, 4, 5 triplet, which eliminates 2, 4, and 5 in the rest of the row. This can't be 2, 4, 5, so this is 3. This is 1. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 2. This can't be 2, and this can't be 2. Well, this 1, 3 pair eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 1 or 3. Whereas the 2, it has to be here. So this is a green and not 2. This is 2 and a low. This can't be green. This can't be 3 anymore, so it's a middle, which makes this a low. So this is 3, this is 5. We have a 4, 6 pair, which eliminates 4 and 6 from the rest of the column. So this must be 5. This can't be 5. This can't be 5 anymore, so this is 6. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 4, which makes this 6. Therefore, to add up to 9, this must be 1. This is 3. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 5. That 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 4. None of these can be 4 here. This can't be 4 or 5, so this must be 9, which makes this a high, which means this can't be high. This is middle. So since this is middle, this must be the last middle in the box. So this is 5, which makes that a 2, which makes that a 5. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 3. This can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1 and 2 in the box. So this is 8. This must be 7 or 9 and must be high. This is not low. So this cannot be high because we have 3 highs already here. And this can't be 1 either, so this is 3. This can't be 1 or 3, so this is 2, which makes that 1, which makes that 2. We celebrate 3 in the corner. This has to be 1 then. This can't be low. This is middle, which means this can't be middle. This is high, which makes this an 8. And this is a 4. This cannot be middle here. So this has to be a middle here. This makes this a 4. This is the last low and a 2. This then has to be a middle and a 6. So this is 6, this is 4. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 5, 4, 5, 4. This can't be 9 because of that 9, so this is 7, and this is a 9. And that's how you solve that. Yeah, pretty cool use of the entropic lines, particularly since they're hexagons, which limits things even further. And then you mix it with the German whisper lines, which limit them even further. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Actually, the German whisper lines were all 4 9s or 1 6s, which is interesting because those are the least likely to be on the German whisper line. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.